Now here tonight on WHAS11 News at 5, the city won't be caught off guard again, already getting ready for major enforcement along Bardstown Road this weekend after chaos, a massive street takeover, fights and arrests, plus the warning to the bars from the mayor today. A $6 billion data center could replace a beloved family-owned Oldham County drive-in movie complex. Some call it progress, others an invasion. Tensions are rising over zoning, noise, and what's really at stake for Oldham County. And a peaceful vigil in Boulder, Colorado, shattered by flames, Molotov cocktails thrown into the crowd over the weekend, injuring more than a dozen people. New tonight, the chilling details about the suspect, his plan, and the federal hate crime charges now filed. Right now on WHAS 11 News at 5 o'clock. Louisville weekend in the Highlands will be different. Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for joining us at 5. I'm Doug Proffitt. We are back on this still developing story now for the second day in a row since the weekend. New tonight, even more police and towing cars is the plan right now for the weekend, so much as we know, to keep street takeovers from spilling out for a third time in a row. Our Isaiah Kim Martinez and photojournalist Jessica Farley are live in the focus area of Bardstown Road where this has been happening. And Isaiah, we heard the mayor say last week they were going to be ready, but then we saw a much bigger crowd on Sunday morning. What's different this time around?
Doug, much different, right? Right here at the Taco Bell parking lot was where some of that chaos spilled out into. I'm told that the goal here is to close out some of these lots where cars shouldn't be parked late into the night anyway, closing off those to anybody who parked here or could be parking here illegally. The mayor also said, make no mistake, there's going to be a lot more police officers in the area as well. Chaos spilling out onto Bardstown Road in the Highlands was dangerous and cannot happen again this coming weekend, says Tion Wyatt.
When you have the drinking, the emotions, the guns, the cars, the burnouts, it's so much.
He saw the mess in person. Dozens of people, including kids, some fighting, along the popular bar scene after midnight Sunday. 3 arrests, including a 16-year-old.
Why did this happen? Get it out of here. Solutions, you know what I mean, man?
Police Chief Paul Humphrey tells me LMPD will have a bigger presence earlier in the night this coming weekend.
People can't follow the rules. If people can't get right, then we'll either send them home or we'll send them to jail.
For a second day in a row, Mayor Craig Greenberg making a point to say he's proud of closing 3 bars along Bardstown Road in the past year that, in his words, weren't following the rules.
We will continue to do that as long as it takes.
Could we see more closures?
Stay tuned.
Not ruling it out.
Not ruling it out. I'm not ruling out additional enforcement efforts against businesses that are not complying with the laws.
Highlands Tap Room Grill has voluntarily chosen to close at 2 a.m. instead of 4 a.m. now.
I don't think the bars should be open till 4 a.m. I do agree with that.
The city also plans to tow cars parked illegally in businesses' parking lots like this one at the Taco Bell.
They're trashing it. Bean burritos, bottles all over the floor. I saw employees cleaning glass.
It's their property, and we're working to get trespass waivers from them so that if there are people who don't have permission with their cars, we can tow them.
The mayor says he's meeting with business owners again this Thursday to get ready for the entire summer.
How do we prevent this again?
And Doug, we know tickets will be issued, at least that's what authorities say will happen if this continues. And we know that there were kids on the scene here. One of the kids actually were arrested. So ultimately, folks like Tion Wyatt tell me that they were very lucky that no one was seriously hurt here, and they want to make sure that continues to be the case here moving forward. Doug?
Well, want to go back to the bar hours. If a lot of folks believe that's the big solution, just trim them by 2 hours to close at 2 a.m. Marcus Winkler, the former Metro Council president, was with me here the past hour. He reminded me that we've gone down this road before and it all got defeated, that the bar owners were so vocal about this that they successfully kept those hours to 4 a.m. Do you think there's going to be a renewed effort on this?
Doug, I'm glad you brought that up. It seems like it's every summer. When kids get out, things are starting to happen, things get a little crazy, and we do hear the city bring up, should we close bars at 2? We know former council members have tried this effort. There's been a lot of pushback from businesses. Obviously, you talked about it with Councilman Winkler as well. The mayor has teased this, effort to crack down on businesses, but I'm hearing for the most part, voluntarily making these decisions for right now is more welcome than a straight mandate across this area. But of course, if another weekend happens like this, that could change the conversation. Doug.
All right, Isaiah, thank you. And of course, there's another meeting about this with the mayor coming up Thursday. And now the Metro Council member who covers the Highlands district, Ben Reno-Weber, said LMPD was already in position this weekend and they were able to respond quickly. Reno-Weber saying in a statement, LMPD asked people to leave, asked them to turn down music, gave warnings about illegal parking, and had people pour out drinks. The vast majority of people complied. Expect to have cars towed, tickets issued, and for those who persist in instigating fights or blocking roads, more arrests made. Police tonight need your help finding this man. This is Demetrius Hebert. He's accused of killing his girlfriend's puppy. Police say Hebert grabbed the puppy during an argument and threw it across a room. Police rushed the dog to the Shively Animal Hospital, but it did not survive. Hebert has a warrant out for felony dog torture. If you know where he is, police want to know and hear from you at 574 LMPD. Big cheers on this hot day as this new splash park. Perfect timing for this opening today in Louisville, and it's named in honor of a fallen Metro police officer, Nick Rodman, who was beloved in his district. City leaders joined his family to open the Nick Rodman Legacy Park today, located here in southwest Louisville. This is just off 3rd Street Road. Officer Rodman was with LMPD when he was killed in the line of duty while responding to a domestic violence call in 2017. He left behind his wife and their 2 young children. Ashley Rodman saying, being able to play in a park dedicated to their father is an honor that they will all carry forever.
Knowing that families will now gather in this park, laughing, playing, and making memories together of their own, fills my heart with joy. It is a powerful reminder of the life Nick lived and the love he gave so freely.
Great honor for Nick Rodman. The Nick Rodman Legacy Park includes a splash pad, playground, and walking trails. MSD also announced it's gifting the park an extra 28 acres of land to expand it. He certainly was beloved by the residents in the Portland area where he was a longtime officer there. Let's check in with meteorologist Mallory Schnell as we are we're sort of going to do a little, should we have alert sounds here now, Mallory? Have we hit 90 degrees here in early June?
We have hit 90 degrees. First 90-degree day of the year so far, so you definitely needed a splash pad on a day like today. Very, very warm out there. Still warm this evening. As we take a live look from our First Savings Bank U of L health camera from over in Jeffersonville, we have had a few more clouds around today simply because of the heat and of the humidity, and we still have a bit of that wildfire smoky haze from Canada lingering here locally. But take a look at this. 90 degrees at the Louisville International Airport. That's also the feels like temperature. That's despite our dew point being at 61. So you're certainly feeling more of that stickiness out there. Relative humidity at 38%. Winds coming in from the south around 16 miles per hour. So at least the wind is blowing around that air a bit because these temperatures, they are warm, certainly looking like June out there. 90 in Louisville and Shepherdsville, 87 in Bardstown, 84 in Hodgenville, 85 in E-Town, and 84 degrees currently in Paoli. Satellite and radar just showing those few clouds around our area. Any kind of shower or storm activity far off to our west. This will eventually head our direction later on in the week, more so Thursday and into Friday. And as I mentioned, that wildfire smoky haze still overhead, but it's a lot thinner than it was over the weekend. And that should continue to thin and mix out here over the next few days, more so this weekend once that front really pushes everything down to the south. As far as tonight is considered, expect a few clouds around, warm, muggy, breezy, temperatures hanging out in the 80s to right around 90 degrees. Lows tonight will not be as cool as the last couple of nights. Expect lows upper 60s, low 70s. Another hot day tomorrow. We'll talk about that heat and the rain chances. That's coming up in our 7-day forecast.
Mallory, thank you. Another brand new story we're following for you here tonight. Developers are eyeing a new plot of land for the Oldham County Data Center, the controversial project that's been proposed for farmland there. That development was originally going to be located near Highway 53 north of LaGrange. It sparked outrage throughout the community, huge protests, in fact. Now developers want to downsize and relocate to the Sourback family-owned drive-in, the movie theater. Its land is currently zoned as industrial, but residents want more zoning laws. Alexandra Goldberg got new reaction from Oldham County residents. Do they even like the new plan?
We're being invaded.
Development group Western Hospitality has changed their minds. They want the Oldham County Data Center to go here on Commerce Parkway at the site of the Sauerbeck Family Drive-In.
We're being invaded by billionaires, trillionaire corporations that are coming in and trying to take our bucolic properties, our beautiful properties, so they can make a buck.
Now, developers want to build the data center to power internet and artificial intelligence on this land between a railroad track and Highway 71. The original proposal was a $6 billion data center along Highway 53 in northern LaGrange. Barry Law says that's in his backyard.
Right there. Yeah, scenic corridor, actually.
Owner of the drive-in theater, Steven Sauerbeck, said they were contacted a year ago by brokers looking for land.
I think location-wise, this is a better location than what they had previously proposed.
The way he sees it, a win-win.
Any opportunity that it does sell the land means good things for the drive-in to come.
The data center's developers are applying as a private utility. Judge Executive David Vogel says everything is according to standards.
So let's get rid of the well, what if, and we'll get down to concrete determinations of how loud this will be, how much pollution may or may not be coming from it. We don't know that at this point.
But until plans are set in stone, tension over the proposal remains high. In Oldham County, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11 on your side.
Now the plans will move to the Technical Review Committee next in Oldham County. The developer will then have to seek a permit from the Board of Adjustments as a private utility before construction starts. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg has announced the city's first ever director of Louisville Metro Department of Transportation. This is Bill Bell. He spent years with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, and he will lead the newly created Department of Transportation for the city. The mayor says the goal of the department is to better coordinate and communicate transportation efforts to deliver smarter and faster results for the people of Louisville and to actually make our streets safer for you to bike and walk along the side of.